Okay, hold on, get a sip real quick. Hey guys, so this is TerrorPUP, and today we're going to continue with part 2 of the Banana Pi R4. This has been coming from some time. I know a lot of you have been asking questions about it. Sorry I haven't answered them, but I really hadn't had time to play with it. Luckily, I'm home and not doing any traveling right now. So I went ahead and start working with it. The other thing that I want to stress is this is still in early development. So unlike passports where I got it and there was stuff and I could go ahead and start playing with it, this is truly bleeding edge and they're changing stuff all the time. Full disclosure, I asked Banana Pi if I could review and help develop with this board. They were kind enough to send me the board, the cooling fan, power supply, and case. So nobody exchanged hands. I really greatly appreciated them for doing that. The BE14 Wi-Fi card, I bought that myself. Okay, it came out. I want to say the listing was in July when I got the board and all that, but it wasn't shipped until August. And when I assembled it in the first video, and there's going to be a link above that you guys can go look at it, I was really excited and I wanted to, play with it and get it up and running. Unfortunately, okay, and let's go ahead and switch real quick. To my web browser. Okay. Unfortunately, at the time that I got the Wi-Fi card, okay, it wasn't ready. So if you go to docs.banana-pi.org and you go down to system images, the two WR images that are here are from June. And when I initially installed it on a card and booted up, first of all, I kind of freaked out because I didn't think there was any Wi-Fi. There's this switch right here that has to be turned on for the BE cards to work. So if you have a BE14 or a BE19, if that's not in the on position, you're not going to see the cards because there's no power going to those MPCI slots that are on the board. Okay. Second of all, if you use that image that's right there, it will show you that the card's working, but it also will show you that it's an open network. And you're really not going to want to deploy an open network if you're like me in a residential area, because someone's going to come find out, get on it, and do horrible things. Okay? So I did install it. I did try to get it up and running, and I was not too happy with my initial findings. So I was like, I'll come back. Okay? I even went and looked at WRT's image and downloaded it. And the image that was out in August essentially did not show any of the Wi-Fi settings. So I was like, okay, we'll come back. We'll take a look at it. So it's been sitting over here. And then last week I went and came back, grabbed the latest snapshot, which is this R2765-64B8FFB0A. And you can always find what the snapshots are. These are development ones. You can click here. If you go, these are actually stable releases. And if you click on 230505, nothing's out. Because again, this is a development board, not ready for prime time use. And I'm not talking slow like that to be mean. I just don't want people thinking, hey, I'll go buy this, set it up, and it's not working the way you want. Give it some time. It will come up and it will work the way you want. So clicking over here on snapshots, you have everything that it needs up and run. Now, I like how it says it has the LUCI, which is the user interface that you connect to via the web. But I had to go back and install that. So maybe they've added that to the snapshot. We'll take a look and see which one I'm running here in a minute. So I downloaded it, got it up and running. We'll see here in a minute. One of the things that I'm noticing is it's only picking 2 of the radios up out of the 3. So, you know, still interesting. The other one I tried to do was Immortal, which I've had real good luck. I run OpenWrt on my BPi-R4, which is in production in my office, and it supplies wireless to all my small board computers. I found an email today where somebody was asking, since I had this, would I mind selling them the R3? Unfortunately, I can't. It's in work, and this isn't ready for production. So I apologize. I wish I could help you out. But the R3, rock solid, I'm having real good luck with it, but I'm also running a snapshot. I need to update it, okay? But anyway, so if you come over to OpenWrt and you can see everything. Immortal is more or less the same thing. They do offer a little bit of different stuff. And one of the things that I like, and I can show it later on, is they have some really nice themes that work out pretty good. So, but with both of these, when you come over and you get ready to set up your R4, you're going to make sure you're on snapshot, and you're going to make sure that you click SD image GZ. That's what you're going to burn. And you can set up scripts here to run it. Okay, it's like if I wanted to, I could do package update, package install LUCI, or sorry, LUCI. And then what I can do is click here. It will now create me a custom build image. Okay, it'll take it a minute. And it will download it for me here in a second. So it's doing the customize. So if there's stuff that you want to do, you could go ahead and do it. Like, I probably bet, and I might try this later, but I may try to get it where it sets up all my IPs and stuff like that and see if I can do that. So, all right, I don't see where it's got the image. Okay. So we'll just leave that alone for right now. But anyway, I installed this and it's up and running and it looks good. And I can see 2 of the radios. Immortal WRT, I was hoping I could see all 3 radios, but I'm only seeing 1. So it was kind of irritating. But real quick, let's go over this real quick. I want to go over the board itself. So I'm going to unplug this. This is my T cable, and I'm not able to get a signal out of it. Not sure why, but I want to give you guys more view of the board. Maybe my URT cable has burnt out. I heard they do that. So anyway, so here's our 12-volt barrel jack. Okay, here's our 1 gig 110 Ethernet connectors with this one over here close to the 10 gig FPSs. This is your WAM. And then 1, 2, 3, these are your LAN. And as you can see right now, I have this cable going to here so that I can update and get stuff, you know, via the internet, even though it is a local IP. I have this one. You can't see it up here, but I have a B-Link kind of half-cocked, but I was using that to connect and set it up. Okay, they're working good. Over here we have a LAN and WAM, FSP 10 gigs. I don't have any 10 gigs FSP. I do have 2.5 from TP-Link. So I'm going to look for those, and then when I find one that I like, I'll go ahead and buy it and install it. Okay. USB 3.2. Our UART connector. And what's cool is I've seen it when you get the case on that you can buy a short jack from here to here so that you could plug up over there. Okay, these right here are the antennae that are running up underneath the main board, okay, to the BE14, which is up underneath it, and we'll go look at it here in a second. This is for a real-time clock radio. This is our M2 for a 4G wireless card. Back here, there's 1, 2, 3 SIM cards, so you can have multiple providers. I have not found a card here in the United States where I can do pay-as-you-go. I am looking. There are 4G cards on Amazon. I just need to find one with a SIM that I can test it out. So back over on this side, we have our reset button, our WPS. Okay, so if you have devices that work that way, you can use that to connect with. And then over here is where my SD card is. Again, these are the SIM cards for the 4G card. And then here, you know, it should indicate if there is a card in these. The only thing is, I don't see a light for the SD card. So I'm not going to worry about it. I know it's working. Okay, up underneath this official Banana Pi cooling fan, here we would have our 2 DDR4 memory slots. Okay. And my page keeps jumping, so I apologize, guys. Okay. And you know what? Real quick. Okay, let's go back. So you were looking at the picture. So power, 1 gig, 10 gig, 100 gig, or sorry, 100 meg, Ethernet connectors, FPS connectors, 3.2 USB, real-time battery, the 4G, mobile card, our antennae that go to the BE14. Again, there's the power button. There is, or actually the reset button, our WSP, the SIMs. And one thing that they don't recommend you doing, but I did it anyway, is they don't want you putting in the SIM protectors until you're ready to use them. I have a little pin that I can push in there and pop them out, so I'm not worried about it. But I would do what Banana Pi says. Okay, again, let me flip this around. You can see what I'm talking about. You can see my power button. You can see that I'm live, but you don't see the LED for the SD card, and I am running it off of SD. Getting back over to here real quick, underneath this cooler, and that's what I was trying to explain, there's two 42 4 gig DDR4s here. Our 8 gig eMMC is up underneath here as well. And then the CPU is here. So the EMC is here, the two memories are there. And this works pretty nice. It's super quiet, okay? And then the power is plugged into there. This dip switch on the back wall over here is where you tell it how to boot. And you can boot for NAD, eMMC, SD, and SW3. But right now, we have both dip switches down, and we're running off the SSD. And then there is, let's go back to the web page. So over here, okay, we have a VH2 pin connector for DC 20 volt, and we have a USB-C, and then we have an back next to the bootstrap switch, we have an XH4 pin connector for 5 volt, 12 volt. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So now what I'm going to do, just to show you guys, because I don't want to make this video long, because I'm actually going to do a part 3 to this, because I want this to develop a little bit more. But just to show you guys, I have plugged into my PC a wireless card. I'm now going to connect to it, okay, and I'm going to connect to the 5 gigahertz. I am now putting in my security key, and bringing it up, okay, and then now I'm going to come over to a new web page, and I'm going to now type in the address, okay, and see, it's identifying that I'm running the snapshot, and this is actually an older snapshot. So I'm going to see if I can refresh my page, and I'm going to download a sys upgrade, okay, and after we go through the web pages, I'm going to go ahead and try to update it. So let's go in there and let's log into the web page. All right, so again, I'm running a theme. I wanted it to look a little bit different than the standard OpenWrt. I really like how it looks. So I really haven't done a lot of customization. The unit is still called OpenWrt, and it's showing that this is an ARM 8. The model is a BPi-R4. We are running a MediaTek Phi Logic, okay, and it's running kernel 6.6.53, and it's got my time. So here's our memory. We're actually using a lot of the memory on here, or no, total memory. We're only using about 140 megs. That's pretty good. And I'm running this off of a 32, no, this is actually a 16 gig SD card. So coming down here, like I told you guys when I had it plugged up, we're plugged into that far right LAN, which is LAN 1, okay? And then, or actually, sorry, LAN 1, which is next to the LAN. This is actually the far right one. This is the one next to it. This would be considered number 2. And it's giving the outputs. And then here, okay, we're running DHCP off of this, and it's pulled off of my soft meta network. And I'm not worried about you guys seeing IPs because this is behind 2 firewalls. And then down here, I do have one station hooked up to it. That's the one we're on, and it's giving it IP. And it does have IPv6 enabled. Okay, cool. There's an address. I don't know if that is a real IP address or a private one. It's not FE, so I'm not sure about that. I should learn the IPv6. It's just everywhere I work, we're still using IPv4. Now, this is what I was talking about. So on this image, it is picking up all three radios, but but I can only assign radio 0, radio 1, and radio 2, even though it's enabled, does not say that there is a wireless associated with it. And I'm not sure why. And just kind of scrolling down, this is showing the connection rate going to the TP link that's hooked into my recording desk. Okay. Routing. This is all the routing there. Firewall, I've not messed with any of this. My syslogs, this is just showing you that it is up and running. Processes, this is all the stuff that's running. Channel analyzer, this is really nice because here we should be able to look at the radios. So we're going to let this run for a second. Okay. This is our local interface. Okay. Now, this here, this UglyScapePress.com, that's my 2.4 gigahertz on the BPi-R4 in the other room. Okay, we're only got, but again, we're like on it. We have a 10 dB loss, and we have a 63 over there. And these are all the ones in my neighborhood. Here is the 5 gigahertz. Actually, this one here, let me back up for a second. This is the BPi Mini. This is the BPi-R4. This is a Netgear extension that I had plugged in the walls to see if I could get it going. But we're picking up, just with those 6 antennas, a lot of the different Wi-Fis around my neighborhood. Okay? And if you notice, Soft Meta and Ugly Press and Magi Design, those are in my house, are really good up there. Okay, let's look at the 5 gigahertz. We'll again give it a second to go out and analyze, and much quicker than 2.4. And wow, it's amazing. A lot of these are running on the same channels, and a lot aren't. Okay. And then your real-time graphs are going to show you what the system load is. So we haven't ran anything, so it doesn't look like it's going to... Oh, it says every 3 minutes. Let's check bandwidth real quick. Yeah, we got some stuff going through the bandwidth. I'm not really using this, so we're not going to see a lot. This is the bridge LAN. And if I look at the radios... Okay. I guess it needs to pick up some stuff. Here's our wireless. Okay, we're doing, we are pulling in some stuff. That's radio 1, radio 2. And again, nothing's showing up on radio 3. And then this is our connections. Okay. So we're connecting to it. We're calling out and stuff like that. So really nice. So let's go look in system real quick. So system is where you go. I can set up the name. I can sync with my browser, and which it did, but it looks like we're on UTC time. That's fine. So that's good. And then I would change my host name and put stuff there. Administrations, where you come set your password. You can set up SSH keys. Software, this is where you can install different packages, and if you see this, there's a lot of stuff that got installed with the base image. Okay, and You know, it's really nice. And then this is the theme if you're wondering what I'm using. I'm using the LUCI theme OpenWrt 2020. Okay. All right. Continuing on, we can have different things at startup. We can schedule task. LED configuration right now, these are should be on. Okay. Backup and flash. Backup and flash. So this is where you would go through and flash a new image. And look here, just to show you how it works, we're going to go ahead and upload. We're going to browse for that one image I just downloaded. You guys can't see me selecting it, but you can now. Okay. And I'm going to tell it to upload. And it's saying that we're going to keep our current configuration. We're going to skip backing up files. I'm not really worried about that. This is a snapshot. Once I put this thing into production, I will do backups. Okay, so if I mess it up, I won't. But anyway, that's how you do an upgrade of a snapshot while you're working with it. And it's usually pretty fast. The only thing is you don't want to power it off. Okay. Someone has reported while we're waiting for this thing to finish that using the FPFs that the 10 gigs, apparently it overtaxes the board and the board goes down. I don't know how true that is. Again, I need to find some FPS that I can test with. And once I do that, I can, validate that. Okay. There is on the main page a downgrade. You can run it where you can use 2.5 FPS if you want. But I'm also going to take one of my TP links, 2.5, plug it in to the into there and see if it can read that it's a 2.5 and see if I can get 2.5 speed. I'm probably going to do that on the next video. So again, guys, this is still very new. I'm not recommending it for production, but I am telling you the speed of it, how quiet it is, the fact that you can have multiple cards is going to be real great. And anybody who's in the US, if you want to help me out and tell me what brand of 4G or 5G card that you're using and the telco that you're using it with, I'm up to it. I will gladly go check it out. You know, unfortunately, being a longtime customer of T-Mobile and now Verizon, I don't think I can walk in there and say, "Hey, I need a SIM card for this, and I need to do it pay as we go." I could probably ask, but I just have not had good luck walking into official shops and asking. Okay, so while this is doing this, I'm going to leave this here for a second. All right, you're not seeing it, but I've actually flipped over to a different board, and I'm trying to see. Okay. It says it's back up. And it looks like it did do the upgrade, but I'm not seeing the web interface. So I am now trying to install it. Okay, that's not good. Ah, it's back up. Okay. Let's see if I do. Okay, I know it's back up. Maybe I'm not connected to it. Hold on. I am not. Okay. All right. We're going to stop the video for a minute. It looks like it did wipe out my configuration, so we'll be back. Okay, so a couple things. Really wasn't the software. The TP link lost my connection to the R4. I'm not sure why. The other thing is it didn't update the theme, so it wasn't coming up because the error that I saw when I was talking to you guys a couple seconds ago was explaining that you know it was incompatible. So if I upgrade it, I'm going to try next time to keep it. But we're now on the latest, okay? And we'll come over here. We'll just confirm real quick. We'll do a refresh. And yeah, we're B0A, B0A. So it did successfully update it except for the theme. I'm cool with that. All right. And so now just to get back over to system, there's our flash update. So yeah, you would go grab your sys upgrade file from here. And then you can do a reboot. Networking real quick, just to show you guys. Since it was down, I went ahead and decided to go ahead and plug in a SPF 2.5 gigahertz adapter. So if we click on WAM, it's showing this is here, and not sure. Let's go into it and see what it says. Okay, this says Bridgeland. Let's go ahead and hit dismiss. Let's go back over to status, overview. And so notice that my WAM link over here, okay, says no link, but over here, ETH2 does. And let's overskip. And it does say we are WAM. Now it says it's a 1 gigahertz, but that's probably because of the switch I'm plugged into. So my 2.5 TP link, FPS links do work with it. So that's really cool. Okay. So going back to network. Okay, our interfaces. These are our LANs with the bridge LAN. There's our bridge WAM. Okay, and WAM 6, and this is pulling from my pfSense that has it turned on, or actually, no, it's my Banana R3. It's turned on. Wireless. Let's go back into this, and again, radio 0, which is the 2.5 gigahertz, is showing bandwidth. Radio 1, I'm assuming that is 5. It's showing up. And then the 6 one, if I come in here, let's see if we can get it to associate. It's still not associating with anything. And let's go ahead and save it. We have 2 unsaved changes. We're going to save and apply. And guys, when you hit stuff like this, what you should do, and I'm going to go do it, is I'm going to go to the Banana Pi forums and ask and see if anybody else has had that. All right. Routing, you can set up static routes. DHCP, which is already turned on for us. Okay. This is under, we can set up our own IPs and stuff like that. This is all set up. Diagnose is where we can try doing diagnose. If we want to do a trace route real quick to OpenWrt.org, it's going to go through and go out, and you should see here in a second. So yeah, we went to my pfSense, we went to another firewall, and then we got out, and then we finally got to it. And then you can turn on the firewall with these RT. I don't mess with them much because I already got a pfSense. I have 3 running in the house. I'm not trying to brag, and I have a sonic wall. I don't need to have firewalls behind firewalls. Right now, I only have that because we're doing that. But that's it, guys. That's it for this part of part 2. We're going to continue doing it. Hopefully, I will get the third radio up and working. But so far, I'm not complaining. I'm in a much better state than in August when I built this and I was trying to show you guys what I could do with this. Okay. I really was not ready for doing a part 2 because there's just nothing out. And because of that, yeah, it's hard to go do it and be negative when you really can't be negative when something is, again, I'm going to stress this very clearly. Right now, the Banana Pi-R4, as of the 3rd of October of 2024, is still in development. If you like to mess around, if you like to tinker with it, yes, go buy one. If you want this to be running and have it set up as a NAS or something like that, wait. If you're going to use this for your office, wait. The reason being is it's not ready yet. They're still working out a lot of drivers. I mean, you saw that snapshot that I just uploaded today on this video. That is I'm going to say less than 3 days. I'll be quite honest with you. Okay? Because I updated this thing on Sunday. All right. Today is Thursday. And between Sunday and today, they released a new snapshot. So they are continuously pushing out new packages. All right. Until the next video, this is TerrorPUP. Peace.